I have now spent a few days testing and experimenting with the Falcon 180B model and can present my honest and unbiased opinions regarding the model. The developer's description of Falcon 180B is that it is a 180 billion parameter model that was trained on a whopping 4 trillion tokens. The model's description of its capabilities are that it is a model of experts architecture and has been trained on datasets that include theory of mind, such as chain of thought reasoning. When looking at the training datasets cited by the developers of the model, the main training set appears to be a large corpus of website data. It is significant to note that the corpus of text cited for use in training the model is significantly under 100 billion tokens. This will be discussed again further in the review. The model was tested for a variety of output types, including academic and creative outputs. In general, the model scores very high on these tests. Specifically when it comes to creative outputs, the model is able to generally perform at a level that far exceeds other existing models. When testing the model on its ability to create long-form, complex plot-driven stories, the model scored impeccably in terms of story creation and complexity. An error that occurred with every single one of these tests, though, was that the model would create very intricate and complex storylines, then it would fail to complete the story due to painting itself into a corner with the complexity. It is very clear that this model was trained on George R.R. Martin's particular writing style. Throughout testing, it was very easy to get the model to error out. With this particular error, the model will begin to continually loop essentially gibberish text. This particular situation has been observed in the past in models that have been overtrained on their training data. In particular, models that generally exhibit these characteristics tend to be less robust overall than models that are not overfitting. While I cannot definitively state that the Falcon 180B model has overfitting issues, I can definitively state that it did exhibit signs of overfitting during testing. If I had to speculate on this, my speculation would be that the 4 trillion tokens the model was trained on were largely a dataset totaling less than 100 billion tokens, that the model was then trained on for 4 trillion tokens. It should also be mentioned that the particular looping problems the model exhibited during testing have also been observed specifically in other models that have a model of experts architecture and that have been trained on chain of thought reasoning. If there is causation between this particular architecture choice and this particular training method, I cannot say. There does observably appear to be correlation though. Overall, the Falcon 180B model did surprise me. It is capable of outperforming other models in select instances. I think that is a fair statement to make overall regarding the model. It is definitely not capable of outperforming other currently available top models over sustained periods of time though. If the developers are able to solve the looping issues that are currently very easy to trigger with the model, it could potentially be the GPT slayer that the developers are currently billing it to be. In its current state, I would rate it below Llama V2 in terms of consideration for a project.